Today is a joint training event between the Maquis Masters and the Maquis Roundtable. If you are here, you are at the $20 minimum per month level subscription, and at this level we do very specific training so that we can understand more than most who the enemy is, what their motivations are, how they operate, and what they're trained to do. In that spirit, we are going to watch 3 separate videos today. This is going to be a longer event. I'll warn you, most of my videos are 10 to 12 minutes. This is probably going to be longer because they're going to be each about 5-minute videos, and I'm going to be doing commentary during, between, and after as someone who's been through the training. So without any further ado, we're going to get right to it. Now, the first one that we're going to watch, this is actually going to be, I believe, the third one. We're going to start with a basic overview from the military themselves about what they expect from what they call, the U.S. Army calls, 3-7 Foxtrot, psychological operations specialist, and we'll listen to this.
Occupational specialty, psychological operations specialist. This MOS is an opportunity to stretch your mind and creativity, and to define yourself as a member of the Army's elite special operations community, working in small teams that support combat or peacetime missions worldwide. It's an MOS that demands tough physical and mental standards. Soldiers who put their communication skills and talents to use in aiding humanitarian relief, influencing foreign populace, and saving lives. Because the missions are sensitive, you must qualify for a secret clearance in this MOS, and if an active duty soldier, have a qualifying score on the Defense Language Aptitude Battery, and be airborne qualified. If you're a reservist, you may need to be airborne qualified, depending on your unit. Then the Army will train you in psychological operations, psyop production methods, dissemination techniques, and mission effectiveness. Your training will also include conducting target audience analysis, using classified and unclassified materials, as well as face-to-face interviews. In addition, you'll be given extensive foreign language training. After your initial entry training and advanced individual training, you'll work supporting military operations in the field, day or night, where your duties may include developing radio and television scripts and programs, preparing target audience analysis reports, and assuring that psyop products and messages are properly disseminated. Serving in this MOS can help you transition from the military to the civilian employment sector. In this MOS, there are multiple challenges as you strive for excellence. So develop your capabilities, serve your nation, and grow personally and professionally in military occupational specialty, psychological operations specialist.
Okay, that was pretty dry stuff. I'm sure that most of you understood everything they were saying there. The recruiting video in itself is a psychological operation, throwing a very positive spin on what is a very dark aspect of military operations. The Special Forces community has engaged in this, whether it's Air Force, Marine, Navy, Army, for many, many years, but there hasn't been for very long a specific MOS designated to this. In fact, when I entered my military career, there was none. The closest thing that could have been possibly seen as this was a 97 Bravo, which was a counter-intel. But there were aspects of all of the training in all of intelligence. But to put it all together, it had more to do with the advent of the internet than anything else. So we'll get on to the meat of this, and the next one will be a little bit more detailed.
Persuade, change, influence. That is the motto of the U.S. Army's Psychological Operations Regiment. Military operations do not always require lethal force on a battlefield. Military information support operations can employ non-lethal actions and messages to attain military objectives. PSYOP soldiers are highly skilled, specialized operators whose work encompasses executing psychological actions in the development and dissemination of influential messages.
I think the most important thing for a psyop soldier is to be very well-rounded. It's an ability to fit into any environment.
Trained in persuasive techniques, psyop soldiers use their skills to change attitudes, behaviors, values, beliefs, and influence foreign audiences through executing actions in the delivery of messages utilizing a variety of techniques.
Tactical psyop team will usually be attached to a special forces team, and what they do is they look at what those teams are trying to do, and in order to support that, they find behaviors of the local populace that they can change to best accomplish that mission.
While performing military information support operations, psyop soldiers conduct thorough research and analysis of the intended audience. They employ specific communication methods using a variety of techniques, technology, and mediums to develop and deliver messages which will have the greatest impact and influence. These methods often incorporate the use of state-of-the-art multimedia products that convey U.S. policy and national objectives. The psyop soldier is a critical component of the U.S. Army Special Operations Command.
To be a successful psyop soldier, I think somebody has to be dedicated, they have to be motivated, they have to be intelligent, and they have to be able to work not only in a team, but also independently and be a free thinker.
Special Operations soldiers deploy worldwide on missions that range in size and scope from the tactical up to the strategic level. Smaller tactical or battlefield level operations are used to secure immediate or short-term goals. Strategic level operations encompass broad national security objectives during both peacetime and war. Typically, psyop soldiers deploy in small teams of 3 to 12 soldiers with an average mission length of less than a year. Psyop soldiers may be employed in operations which support conventional forces, unconventional warfare, or counterinsurgency techniques, and in conducting raids, peacekeeping operations, evacuations, and rescue missions. When deploying, you may also assist other government agencies in support of foreign governments, humanitarian assistance, and drug interdiction.
I was briefing a Minister of Security with what I thought was the best method for that host nation to better the image of the police force at that time. That was the example.
PSYOP soldiers can also operate as a force multiplier, meaning they increase the operational capabilities of the military organizations they are supporting. This requires PSYOP soldiers to be versatile, agile leaders in top physical condition, who are tactically and technically proficient with strong intellectual and communication skills.
Be prepared for a very diverse mission set, and be prepared to study more than you've ever studied before. We are cultural experts, and you have to be at that standard. You have.
Just going to stop there real quick about what she just said. That was an understatement. The amount of study that is necessary would put a lot of doctoral candidates to the test. It is an incredible, steep learning curve for any missions. And one of the things that we've tried to do here at the Maquis is attempt to educate people about a region that has been so underserved, in the sense of the North American population knows so little about the South American population and their culture and their background. They only know what they've been fed in the media, but we'll continue.
Have to be both physically fit and mentally fit in order to be capable enough to do your job.
Following assessment and selection, PSYOP candidates receive extensive, specialized training at the U.S. Army John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and School at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
I think the PSYOP soldier thrives in environments that can be chaotic just because of the challenge. Just going through the course itself, each day presents a challenge, each task presents a challenge, and mastering those challenges throughout the course will give you the skills to master those challenges throughout deployments.
Training includes up to 12 months of instruction in influence operations, foreign language, cultural awareness, regional studies and analysis of political, social, and economic condition for their designated area of operations. To be a PSYOP soldier, you must obtain qualifying scores on both the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery and the Defense Language Aptitude Battery.
Starting out in the PSYOP community has enabled me to get a lot of free education. I've gotten my baccalaureate. I have now recently received my master's degree. I've been to many different schools that enable me to accomplish my mission at a higher level.
You must be eligible for a secret clearance, airborne qualified, or volunteer for airborne training. PSYOP soldiers' benefits include airborne and foreign language proficiency pay, civilian education opportunities, worldwide travel, advanced specialized training, and potential for faster promotions.
Within the ranks for myself, within 3 months of being in the unit, I was promoted to staff sergeant and became a team leader. And I've witnessed my peers rise through the ranks at a much quicker pace than when I was in conventional Army.
The Army's most specialized experts in
Did anyone catch that? Much quicker ranks than when I was in conventional Army. allegedly the psychological operation is here, that in this video they're always showing psychological operation soldiers almost exclusively in Kevlar and in uniform and in what you would normally think of as normal Army training, but he slipped. In this particular case, he slipped big. Conventional Army. Meaning that they're a separate force. That they're not part of the Army. And that's actually a huge... I'm going to have to see who actually put this video up. I don't think the psyop community in the military would have appreciated this slip. They have editors that go through the stuff that their editors have already gone through. So we'll continue.
Influencing foreign audiences. Psychological operations. Persuade, change, influence.
So anyway, yeah, that was right there at the end. That might have been why they missed it. Sometimes things get said in ways that unless you're an operator, you won't catch. But usually they're pretty good. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to scroll up real quick. That's U.S. Army Recruiting Command that actually put this video up. That's striking that their psyop guys, their editors missed this. That slip. Conventional Army should not have been a term that he used to differentiate what he did from the military. So this is the last video we're going to watch. This one's shorter than the other two, and I have it sped up to 1 1/4, so this will only be a couple minutes. But this actually shows how they actually do the training.
Have you seen the training that our guys are conducting today?
Yeah, it looked great.
Oh, you might want to take a closer look.
Yeah, clearing rooms.
Yeah, but read the location, sir.
Does it say latrine?
It does. I think maybe we should go down and see what they're up to.
I'm not sure we should.
Oh, I'm positive we should, sir.
Sergeant Mao, it's time for formation.
And you're right, sir. 15:45. I guess I should get the guys in here to clean. See what they're at on.
Sergeant Mao?
Coming out.
All right, let's go to formation.
Okay, you get the idea. I was just having a little fun with you guys there. So that we're not all serious about everything. That even in the most serious of studies, you always have to take a minute to laugh. You have to enjoy yourself, because without that, you're going to drive yourself nuts. As I finish this video, what I would like to remind everyone of is that we are all human beings, and that no matter what we think we know, we always have room to learn, myself included. Understand that when you go out to either conduct psychological operations or you are attempting to identify psychological operations, remember that you're dealing with human beings. Remember that they can make mistakes and they are subject to not only human failure, but to being victims of psyops themselves and not even know. The reason the Maquis is here, the reason the Florida Maquis is here, is not to do anything destructive to the United States or to its populace or to my friends and neighbors. And it should never be any goal of the Maquis. The Maquis should be about truth. The Maquis should be about understanding that there are people out there that want you to believe something, that have been specifically trained to get you to think that you came to that belief on your own, when it was a result of very pointed, directed psychological operations. I hope that this shows you that there's specific training out there, and that there's specific training done by people that are human beings. So understand that we are in this together, and our goal should be the enlightenment, the ability to show our neighbors that there is truth, and truth is its own independent thing. It's not perspective. We need to have the ability, as Maquis Roundtable, Maquis Masters, to look at all psychological operations as an opportunity, whether they're being run against us or whether we're running them, as an opportunity for truth, an opportunity to give somebody an edge information-wise that they didn't have before. We aren't here to take anybody apart mentally. We aren't here to destroy. We aren't here to cause pain. We are here to cause people to take a moment and think, wow, I thought I understood this, but now I see this in a different way. And that should be our goal. And that's the mission of the Maquis. So I will leave it there. You've listened to me yammer on long enough, but 37 Foxtrot, Psychological Operations Specialist, Army PsyOps, all that. You can Google and you can see lots and lots of information for yourself. And you can take away from it what you want to, but we're going to continue to do training here. And thank you very much to the Maquis Roundtable guys who missed their video yesterday so that they could be part of this day. Like I said, Mondays, secret level clearance, $5 level. Tuesdays, top secret level, $10 clearance. Wednesdays, special access, need to know, $15. Thursdays, of course, roundtable, $20. And Fridays will be Maquis Masters. And over the weekend, we will cover topics as events warrant. So like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. And I very much appreciate you guys. And we will see you next time. Thank you.